When we turn 50, it does something to our minds as well as our bodies, and losing weight becomes harder and harder. We've come to a crossroads and we have a choice to make. We can either continue to think and act vibrant, or we can act and feel old. You would think that would be an easy decision, but there are so many outside factors that influence us, and our choice is harder than it should be. Hi, my name is Tanya Stevens. I'm the face behind 50 is Not Old, and I want to welcome you to my channel. My mission is to help women feel better about themselves, and I use fashion and beauty as my tool. My goal is to have you remember that age is just an attitude, and you should keep yours young. So please be sure to follow my channel and click on the little red bell so that you never miss a post. Society plays a big part in the way we think because it can be very judgmental and not always kind to women, especially women over the age of 50. It's amazing to me how critical they can be about the decisions we make that are personal and shouldn't even matter to others. How we dress, wear our hair, or whether we choose to wear makeup or have a cosmetic procedure should not be a choice that others weigh in on. As a woman over 50, if you wear the latest trends in fashion, people say that you're trying too hard. But if you don't keep up with the fashion trends, then you're considered old and frumpy. There's a huge debate on the choice of coloring your hair, or should you let it go gray? There are many beautiful women who color their hair, and there's many beautiful who let it go gray. The same holds true for wearing makeup. And while I love wearing makeup, it's your choice. And if you choose not to, that's your personal decision. It should not affect me. Cosmetics procedures. Now, those are something that kind of scares me, so I've steered clear of them, and instead I use really good skincare. However, that doesn't mean I ever judge anyone who chooses to use Botox, fillers, or has a procedure. There might come a day when I get brave enough to have that neck lift, and if I do, then it's a personal decision, and it only applies to me. So if you're wondering why I'm on a soapbox today, part of the reason is that I'm tired of women feeling like they aren't good enough, aren't relevant, and are over the hill once they turn 50. The other part is that I'm going to talk about losing weight. I want to make it very clear that you are beautiful at any weight. So don't try losing weight to make yourself feel more attractive. You're beautiful now. We all look at magazines and online retailers, and for the most part, those models on those pages are 20 to 30-year-olds in a size small or extra small. So when a normal sized woman like me looks at those models, we judge ourselves and thinks that's what we should look like. I'm raising my hand here because I am guilty of all of those feelings. I've struggled with gaining and losing 20 pounds for basically my entire adult life. I've been on every diet there is, and they all work as long as you stick to the diet. The problem is we all have those old eating habits that we revert to, and once again, the weight creeps back on. It seems like every year I make a resolution to get my health a priority. And like most resolutions, I stick with healthy choices for a while, and then the old habits that are unhealthy and have a way of sneaking back in. Come March, I'm usually back to my old ways, and that resolution's been thrown by the wayside. And I have all the excuses in the world, such as I'm too busy, it costs too much to buy fruits and vegetables, I don't have anyone to exercise with me, and my husband doesn't like the healthy foods I cook, and who wants to cook 2 different meals? What I'm really saying is that I'm not making myself a priority. I'm not important. Let that sink in for a minute. Before I start, I want to say I would always recommend that you check with your doctor before starting any kind of exercise or diet program to make sure that the program is suitable for you. For me, I combine intermittent fasting and a low-carb diet. Low carb is what works best for me in the past, and I feel better when I stick to this diet. Baby steps is how I started. Small steps like drinking lots of water and cutting out everything else but black coffee or tea was my very first step. And that took a long time to adjust to. But I've done it so long now that I don't even miss the creamers. Then I started on eating slower since I tend to inhale my food. Honestly, that one's still a work in progress. I usually eat between the hours of noon and 8 p.m., so I have an 8-hour window to consume my meals. But I listen to my body, and if I'm hungry at 11 and drinking water doesn't help that, then I go ahead and eat, and I'll eat between 11 and 7 that day. I generally eat 2 meals and a couple of snacks in between if I'm hungry. My snacks are usually just a handful of cashews or almond, and that fills me up or tides me over until it's time for the next meal. Lean proteins, healthy fats, a couple of cups of vegetables, that's what my meals consist of most days. I eat meals with no added sugar or processed foods, and I only eat fruit occasionally since those do contain carbs. On those days, I'll usually eat an apple, berries, or an orange with each meal. Once a week, I do have a cheat meal, and this helps to keep me from feeling deprived. This is just one meal, not the entire day. My husband and I, we have chosen to have a date night, usually every Saturday night. And I look forward to that meal all week long. I have a glass of wine, and I always have dessert. The waitress will come over and ask if we want to see the menu. My husband usually says, no. And I go, hold on, bring that menu back. Yes, I want to see it. That dessert keeps me on track the other 6 days of the week, so it's worth it to me. My goal was to feel better and have more energy, get active, and be healthier overall. Losing weight has just been a byproduct, and it is one that I'm loving. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you found it helpful, please share it so that other women can find it also. I always appreciate a thumbs up, and to keep the algorithm gods happy, comments are always welcome.